explore how coverage is offered in today's marketplace, learn the key areas where coverage is typically extended, review some of the common coverage issues that require special consideration when insuring green buildings, look at some green building examples. So first question, what is a green building? A green building, also known as a sustainable building, is a structure that is designed, built, renovated, operated, or reused in an ecological and resource-efficient manner. So basically, that being said, we're looking at example 1 here, Spring Reserve in Las Vegas. And what it basically is buildings that are built to sustain the future of a environmental resource at a low cost to the environment. So let's go to tab number 2, I believe. Why are green buildings beneficial? Green buildings are designed to meet certain objectives such as protecting occupant health, improving employee productivity, using energy, water, and other resources more efficiently, and reducing overall impact to the environment. Lower premium to the client, which is always beneficial if you're selling insurance. Who certifies? Who certifies green buildings? More are forming daily, but the most currently used, respected, the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, LEED program from U.S. Green Building Council. And I'll explain to you what LEED means. Basically, it's linking education and economic development. It's an educational resource that develops higher education to basically develop the outlook of the future of building green. And so what they do is they educate educate all of us. And you can go online to le.org and check it out. It's pretty cool what they do. Same with the USGBC. It's another educational resource, but they also are what basically dictates in most insurance policies who is going to certify the rebuilding of non-certified green buildings. So they're important to us. Energy Star as well, programmed through economic or environmental.
And he was setting that all up. So one will be the earliest.
You there? Is the branch of the U.S. Department of Energy?
I don't know.
That's another.
I'll confirm, but
that's another branch that will certify green building. Earth Advantage Sustainable Community, the EA.
Yeah, do that just in case. They have to go up before. Is it before 1 or before 2 that wires go?
Can you guys hear me?
Your line. Thank you. Go ahead, Scott.
All right, we all there? Okay, so let's talk about how it works. It's currently covered through endorsements on both residential and commercial policies. The interior finishing, non-toxic paints, adhesives and sealants, lighting, Energy Star qualified units, plumbing, federal energy management programs, heating and cooling, Energy Star qualified ventilation fans, central room AC, heating units, pumps, thermostats, and air cleaners, flooring, non-toxic carpet, wood, and other options. The exterior is the finishing non-toxic sealants, roofing non-toxic insulation, roofing and Energy Star qualified skylights, energy efficient windows and doors, other alternative water systems, vegetated roofs, green power generated equipment. It typically costs more to replace or repair. Some policies include repair, replacement of damaged buildings, and it also can be sold on buildings that are currently non-certified as voluntary upgrade to green standards in the event of loss. And that's key. There's not many certified green building structures yet on the West Coast, well, in Nevada for the most part. Probably more down in southern Nevada, but definitely not up in northern Nevada. And we'll discuss that. I want to talk about policies. How does it work? Additional insurance items to consider. Increased costs for green building products, materials, methods of construction, disposal, recycling of damaged buildings, re-engineering or recertification costs, repairing, replacement of green business personal property. And then the one thing I want to express to you guys is most policies will give like $10,000 for non-certified green buildings with a percentage of a covered loss. The client needs to buy, if they have a non-certified green building, they can increase that coverage to whatever limit they want. There is an expense involved. Typically, the policy reads, we will pay 5% up to, let's say, we'll pay a minimum of $1,000 up to $10,000 thrown in, up to 5% of a covered loss. If the insured wants to increase that minimum coverage of $10,000 or whatever it may be to throw in, they can. So let's say you got $1 million building and they want to increase the green building cost up to $1 million. They're only going to get paid 5% of a covered loss, so whatever it is. And that's basically the upsell on the client, or not the upsell, but how you cover them properly. Any questions?
Yeah, I'm sorry, can you explain that again? I wasn't real clear. You said they only get 5% of the increased limit?
Yes, so they have a minimum limit typically on most insurance policies of $1,000 up to $10,000 or whatever it reads on the policy. And then they can increase that limit to whatever limit they so choose to buy. But in the policy, it'll read, we will pay up to 5% of the amount of a covered loss, of a covered loss to covered structures for additional costs to repair or replace damaged property with property that meets green building certification guidelines for either the U.S. Green Building Council under their LEED green building rating system. So basically, it has to be qualified through one of these agencies, and so it's got to be the covered loss. Now, if the building is a certified green building, then it's the policy limits, whatever the policy reads.
So you just need the LEED certification, the proof of it, whether it's gold, silver, or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, and that's all you have to do is educate your client and just let them know that it's going to have to be certified. If they want to upgrade their windows, if they want to put solar panels on the roof, if they want to put cooling systems in the floors, whatever they want to do when they replace it, it has to be certified. But it's only 5% of the covered loss to the structure.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Scott, we have another question here. Why is the premium why is the premium less to insure if the claim costs are more, i.e. payouts on claims?
Wait, why is the say it one more time?
Why is the premium less to insure if the claim costs are more?
Why is the premium less if the claim costs are more? Oh, you mean the upfront premium on the building or on the actual policy?
Yes.
I can't speak to that because we don't reduce our premium to give this coverage. It's very the only way I could see why it would be less is because insurance companies, or it's not good faith, would want people to go green with their buildings. We don't have, that I'm aware of, a credit for green buildings.
The same person that asked this question said that there's carriers that are advertising special ratings for green buildings, and so she was
for certified green buildings. Is that correct?
Yes.
I would just look at the coverage benefits that you're going to get out of this. If you're not selling your client, upselling your client on the throw-in, you're really getting no coverage. So what I want to stress to you guys that you have to look at what they're providing as a throw-in and what the percentage of the covered loss that they're going to pay, and then try to sell more of that coverage, because the code out there, you know, they're going to stress they get great benefits, tax breaks for going green with their building when they rebuild. So.
And most of these, this is Kathy from Deans and Homer, most of these green buildings are usually in a redevelopment area. I mean, you may have new buildings that are going in and expanding, you know, downtown, but a lot of them are in areas that were once blighted that they're now giving, like you said, large tax breaks and incentives to rebuild in these redevelopment areas and go green. But those certifications are not easy to come by. There are 3 types. There's silver, gold, and platinum. And it's a pretty arduous and long process for them to, you know, get that approval and those certifications.
Are there any other questions? Okay, Scott, Kathy, you guys have any final thoughts?
I don't. I want to thank you guys for listening to the presentation. It is definitely something that you should be selling your clients.
And if anyone thinks of questions later, they could either, you know, call Scott or I, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to respond and or, you know, research it for them if we don't have the answer off the top of our heads.
And also, just to close out, again, we want to thank you all for attending on behalf of the Nevada Young Agents Committee, Nevada Independent Insurance Agents, and the Independent Insurance Agents of Southern Nevada, and also thank you to our sponsors, Deans and Homer and Orgel Singer. And we will be sending out a survey to all of you, and this is a new program. We are looking to make improvements and grow this program. So any suggestions, changes, additions, anything that you have, please, please, please share that information. And you can all look for your gift cards to be delivered to you in the next week or so. And also, I just wanted to apologize for the technical difficulties in hearing, and we promise to make sure that we avoid those in the future. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.